Hello, you are watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. For the first time, the Men's Rosary initiative will be held in Spain. On Saturday, April the 23rd, Catholic men will assemble at the Plaza de la Villa in the capital city Madrid to pray the Rosary seeking divine intervention to halt the spread of anti-Christian ideologies in the nation, where the Church is battling discrimination by the socialist government. According to organisers, the Rosary recital seeks to defend the faith in hostile times and re-establish chivalry, virility and the value of paternity, thereby paving the way for a spiritual renewal. Given the success of the initiative in Ireland and in Poland, organisers are optimistic about a revival of traditional values. They also hope to make this a monthly affair. Catholic bishops in Scotland have urged Russian Orthodox Patriarch Kirill to intervene with President Vladimir Putin to bring an end to the bloodshed in Ukraine. Pointing out the deaths of innocent civilians, the prelates said in their letter that the beauty and the power of the Orthodox faith itself is a message of hope. It was signed on behalf of all the bishops by the Most Reverend Hugh Gilbert of Aberdeen, who is the head of the Episcopal Conference. Meanwhile, church leaders in Ireland have expressed gratitude to parishes across the island for their magnanimity in raising more than €3.2 million for Ukraine. The fund was collected via a special drive-in parishes during one weekend at the end of March. With the fighting in Ukraine intensifying every day, the head of the Greek Catholic Church in the Eastern European country has appealed to Ukrainian believers to pray vigorously and ceaselessly for soldiers who are defending their motherland. Major Archbishop Sviatoslav Shevchuk called for intense prayer as the fate of Ukraine and the world is being decided. Meanwhile, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres called the Major Archbishop on Tuesday and informed him of his call for an Easter ceasefire. On Sunday, April the 24th, both Orthodox and Greek Catholic believers in Ukraine will celebrate Easter. Religious leaders in Ukraine have hailed the UN Secretary-General's call for a cessation of hostilities during religious holidays such as Easter, Passover and Ramadan. This was stated by members of the All-Ukrainian Council of Churches and Religious Organisations in an online meeting with UN Under-Secretary-General Martin Griffiths on April the 19th. In the US state of Florida, Catholic bishops have hailed Governor Ron DeSantis and the lawmakers for signing into law House Bill 5, which bans abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy. The governor signed the bill on April the 14th, and it comes as a major move in the state to protect the unborn. In a statement, the bishops said they were thankful for DeSantis' commitment to defend unborn children and their mothers. They said it was his support for such a cause that encouraged the legislature to pass the bill. At the presser before inking the legislation, the governor said, House Bill 5 protects babies in the womb who have beating hearts, who can move, who can taste, who can see, and who can feel pain. A private Christian university in Waco, Texas has created a scholarship that provides up to $1,000 to expecting parents who have enrolled for various programs on campus. The Bears for Life pro-life organization has introduced this scholarship at Baylor University. The Pregnant and Parenting Scholarship is open to men and women who need help on campus. According to Joy Moore, who is the Director of Operations of Bears for Life, this funding is aimed at helping pregnant women understand that they do not need to end their pregnancy for the sake of their studies. Located on the banks of the Brazos River, Baylor has more than 20,000 students from all American states and 90 countries. There are 12 nationally recognised academic departments offering 126 undergraduate and 80 master's degree programs. Across the United States, several religious congregations and parishes with dwindling members and considerable real estate assets are transferring their properties to Catholic associations, dioceses, and even other flourishing congregations so that they can be used to promote the new evangelization. In Springfield, Illinois, the Hospital Sisters of St. Francis have handed over the ownership of their sprawling century-old convent to a new community of Norbertine brothers and priests. The former headquarters of the community will also house the Diocese of Springfield's new Evermode Institute, which is a centre of formation for teachers and catechists. The nuns had no option but to give up the convent, as their numbers dropped from 600 to 35 over the years. In a similar manner, 2 convents in Jersey City have been given to a lay apostolate to provide lodgings to poor women in a family-like ambience. Likewise, parish clusters too are handing over unused rectories to be used to lodge young Catholic men who wish to live and to pray together. The US Diocese of Great Falls Billings in Montana has a new coadjutor bishop to assist local ordinary Michael Warfel. Father Jeffrey Fleming of the Diocese of Helena has been appointed as the new coadjutor by Pope Francis. In a statement, Bishop Warfel said that 6 months ago he had requested the Pope to appoint a coadjutor to assist him in the administration of the diocese. This is 50 parishes, 50 missions, and 38,000 Catholics. In the statement, he also expressed gratitude to the Holy Father for responding to his request and for sending a good shepherd. The bishop-elect is serving as the Chancellor, Moderator of the Curia, and the Deputy Judicial Vicar of Helena Diocese. The Code of Canon Law says that a coadjutor assists the local ordinary in the same way as an auxiliary bishop. However, they have the right to succession. 3 years after the Easter Sunday attacks that shook the world, Sri Lankans are still seeking justice. Over 260 people, including 42 foreigners, were killed and more than 500 people were injured in simultaneous suicide bombings on 3 churches, 4 hotels and a residential complex on April the 21st in 2019. Commemorating the 3rd anniversary of the tragic event, a Holy Eucharistic celebration will take place at St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican on April the 25th. Along with the bishops of the Episcopal Conference, Colombo Cardinal Malcolm Ranjit will preside over the Holy Mass. Following the Eucharistic celebration, the Holy Father Pope Francis will greet some of the victims of the attack. On April the 17th of this year, protesters took to the streets of the Sri Lankan capital, Colombo, calling for justice for the victims. Dozens have been charged with receiving weapons training and participating in indoctrination seminars from 2 local Muslim groups accused of carrying out the assault. The extremists are believed to be affiliated with the Islamic State. The failure to act on the intelligence warnings is reportedly the cause of the deadly attacks. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow for more. You can also visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.